Hi, everyone, and welcome to Legal Limelight. Today's guest is Jack Weinberger. He's the co-founder of Ajax, which is a groundbreaking AI platform that finds lawyers more billable hours. I'm so excited to chat with you, Jack, because we met at CleoCon in 2023. That was, oh my gosh, almost 2 years ago already. And you were just starting out. You just came up with the concept. I think I was your first pitch, as you said. So tell us a little bit about the company and where it is today and how far it's come since 2023.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Like you said, you were literally one of the first people that I ever pitched on this software at CleoCon 2023. So that was October of then. It has come a really long way. So at that point, I was just fact finding, understanding, from the mouths of attorneys at small and mid-sized firms, what do you need? What are the problems with timekeeping? And we just hear two things over and over again every time I talk to an attorney, which is you lose billable hours because you're just moving between stuff so quickly. It's hard to bill for everything. And two, it takes too long and it's just painful and you want somebody to do it for you, but get it right. So since 2023, we basically built out an AI app that sits on your computer, talks to your calendar, to your emails, to your phone logs, to your Teams, to your Zoom, Slack, etc. And basically just uses all that information plus whatever is in your billing system as clients and matters to just actually write your entries for you. Client-ready narratives, picks a matter for you, and then you release that stuff into your billing system. So, since we talked when we had no product and no customers, we now have a fully baked product. We've got a whole bunch of small and mid-sized firms using us and finding more billable hours. So it's been really fun.
So what made you target the legal industry? What made you think, okay, I'm going to service the legal industry, or what about the problem made you start the company?
My parents are lawyers, so they have been telling me about this for going on 30 years now. My dad quite literally remembers the first client matter number that he ever had to learn at Cravath in 1991. I remember I asked him, hey, is billable work, is this as painful as people say? Should I try to start a company that solves this? And he was like, oh my God, this is the worst part of every single person I know's day. You got to fix this. My mom said the same thing. She was a divorce attorney. So yeah, it was pretty obvious to us.
It's obvious to you, but for some reason it's fascinating. The legal industry is one of the industries that is last to adopt to technology. So, you're creating the company during the AI boom, which is fantastic. And I'm sure from 2023, the technology has changed significantly from then. So how do you feel about that opportunity for you to start this, solve this problem with the tech tools that are available now?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited. When you're trying to think about startup ideas, the big question is always why now? Because if there's some brilliant idea out there that were possible 10 years ago, some other smart person would have probably done it 10 years ago. So it has to kind of be something that, the market for it or the tech that enables it has only just been created, or else you're probably too late. And for us, there's a really obvious why now, which is we got started in October 2023. That's also when ChatGPT came out. So if you think about whether it was possible to do smart AI timekeeping based off of all the information that a law firm has, it was just straight up not in 2022. And as the tech has gotten better and cheaper, we have just gotten better because we're riding that wave. So it's been really fun and I'm excited to see where we go from here.
It is an exciting time. I think it really is a very exciting time to be a lawyer and to integrate technology. We're of a similar timeline. So I started the firm February 2023, and my husband and I left Big Law and basically said, okay, we have to figure out how to do this better, faster, stronger. And by not having a lot of overhead and being able to really leverage technology has been the game changer. Using tools like Clio, we're constantly looking for new tools to make us work better and faster. So that way we can still charge more premium market rates, but by being more efficient, we get to keep costs down for clients. So this is, I feel, a newer way of thinking, the embracing of technology into the legal practice. I think it's something that a lot of lawyers have been hesitant to adopt, especially because, they think, oh, technology is going to make us faster. That means we're going to bill clients less, which is a super negative way to approach it. So what is your response to some lawyers who think, I'm afraid to use tech because it's going to potentially put me out of business?
It's a totally valid concern. Like, I understand where people are coming from when they see tools like Harvey that can do an AmLaw like paralegal's work and say, oh my God, if those were out when I was, like starting my career, maybe I wouldn't have gotten that job in the first place. I would say that we don't have that problem because you can't bill your clients for the time you're spending doing your hours, right? All we're doing is reducing the time you're spending on that painful administrative time of actually tracking, using a timer, writing your narratives, and finding more billables. So it is a real hard problem for a lot of legal tech companies, and I'm really happy to say that we're not subject to it.
Yeah, and I think, and I can respond from like the law practitioner's perspective. There are tools like Jax that literally are going to make you be able to bill more. So we're here. It's 2025. The technology is only going to move faster and it's going to get better. You have to embrace it. So we think about it. How can we embrace technology to serve our clients better? That is the main goal. How can we continue to give? How can we service the clients better and do better? And having that attitude and more an embracing attitude has been a game changer. We've found incredible tools using Clio and All Legal, and pretty soon Ajax. Integrating these tools into our company just make us compete. We're a lot of us are either from big law or from Fortune 500 companies. And so we have that expertise, but now the question is, how do we compete? How do we compete with firms that have millions of resources to spend on digital marketing and retaining clients? We are embracing technology as a way to compete, and it's really been a game changer. So what continuing along that path of lawyers embracing technology, what events and conferences and things do you go to that may be good for lawyers to learn about some of the tech tools that are available to help them?
Oh, it's a great question. So we first met at ClioCon. I can't say enough good things about ClioCon and about Clio generally. They are probably our best billing software integration. We really love what they're doing.
We love Clio.
Amazing network, amazing community. Lots of people that just want to use tech to get better at their jobs, and that's awesome. So everything that Clio does, every ClioCon, even some of the more local events, we're at. We also, for the more tech-minded people that want to travel to this stuff, I would say that Tech Show in Chicago is a great one. That's in April this year. Probably not so much for your audience, but we'll also be at Legal Week in New York. I find the TLTF, the Legal Tech Fund Conference, if you can get an invite, is amazing because it's just the best of the best in Florida in December, just doing sort of a closed doors, really speaking their minds thing. So those are the ones that I found really fun.
I love that. You said something that really caught my attention. For those who want to get better, as an entrepreneur and as a lawyer, it begs the question, do we want to get better? Adam and I wake up every day not with the goal of taking over the world. The goal is to be better than we were the day before. And over time, if you do that consistently, if that's your goal, you make these gigantic moves because small little changes to get better compound over time. So I think what you're saying is really key for lawyers. Ask yourselves, do you want to get better? Do you want to improve? Because I go to these conferences and I meet lawyers and they're like, yeah, my business is all referral based. I have a pretty good billing system we're kind of locked into. Like, I'm just going to ride it out. Like it's almost as if, oh, I'm just going to ride out this like AI boom until it goes away. And it's like, it's not going away.
Let me ask you, what are the risky changes you've made? The stuff that you think that only somebody as forward thinking, as sort of willing to embrace the future as you and Adam are would have done? Like, what's been really valuable?
You have to be able to move fast. You need to be able to make smart decisions and move fast. I think that the legal industry is very slow and discerning and conservative, and the ability to really just have tools that can integrate to your software quickly and seamlessly are what has given us the edge. Also, content, embracing digital marketing, referral-based business and in-person networking literally I would say in-person networking went away during COVID. It was gone. So I built my business in that time. I had no in-person, so figured out what can I do digitally. I created an Instagram account at the Trademark Attorney and got online and I did digital networking. It was it is the reason why I'm here, because I don't know if I would have been able to compete so much with all of the in-person things. So just in sum, I think using tools that are newer, that can integrate with more traditional platforms. I don't even know if you can call Clio a traditional platform. It's a reputable. So integrating new software with reputable, long-standing platforms like Clio, and just embracing social media and embracing technology. That's how we grow. We're constantly learning, and I have AI magazines, I get newsletters, we're going to events. Just how can we be better? How can we be faster?
Yeah, that's a really great perspective. And to your point about having sort of a hub that you're all sort of oriented around, and often that is Clio, and then having tools that you layer onto that, you need to make sure that every piece of software you use plays nice with every other piece of software, because you do not have the time in your day to sort of debug stuff that's not working. So, it's really important to pick well in terms of what your billing system is going to be, and then pick the best add-ons that are going to get you the most value. I'd like to think that we're one of those with Clio.
Oh my gosh. No, it's true. Clio, it's cool. I mean, we're not getting paid by Clio, but it changed my life. And you'll love this, Jack, and everyone else who's ever worked for a person who was very old school it'll probably bring you PTSD. So our billing procedure for one of the places I worked at was so painful. We would enter all of our time, and then the assistant would print the stacks like this, and we would go through them with a pencil and make changes, and then the admin would change them, print them again, make more changes. It would go through 4 rounds. I remember lugging them home, and I spent all my Saturday doing them. It was probably like 10 to 15 hours a month on billing. Now the Clio system has made it so efficient in billing. But the last piece is really this: hey, how do I capture my time on my Teams? Because we're virtual, so a lot is in Teams, on the phone, in meetings, and in email. So I'm really grateful that you've created this solution, because I know everyone needs it. And I feel like being 2025, people are more, at least the people who want to grow and want to be better, that for that cohort, these tools are just going to change your life and give you, not only have you find more billables like your software does, but it's going to give you back more time. And for me, I'm a mom of 2 boys, 2 small boys, and I have life outside of work. I want my life. I want my time. So being hyper efficient is so valuable.
It's really important. Like, my parents were lawyers, and my dad worked at Cravath in the 80s and the
Oh
90s.
my God.
He's going 2 all-nighters a week for years and years, grinding his way up. And I'm sure that the time he spent like doing his hours was time that he did not spend tucking us in at night.
Yeah.
I love my dad, and he's around a lot. But if we can give lawyers back that time to spend with their families, that's the most important thing on earth.
It's true. And, I always think about that. There's some lawyers who are bitter and think, well, I didn't do it, so I didn't see my kids, so you shouldn't see your kids. And I think that's the wrong way to approach it. I think it's, yes, we did this, but we were the generation that's giving you a path forward. So even to see that you, as the son of a big law attorney who did work a lot of hours and probably missed things, be able to not only help other lawyers, but give back your own time. I think it's totally worth it, and grateful for all the attorneys that have led the way. So thank you Jack. This was awesome. I could talk with you all day. The last thing I want to end with, I usually ask everyone, what's one piece of advice that you would give to yourself, your 10-year ago self?
Oh, 10 years ago. Stop caring what everyone else thinks so much. Just chase the thing that you are most excited about. For me, that was just building a company, and normal career trajectory be damned. And that has been the best decision I've ever made.
It's amazing. And it's one that is very common on the show, that why did I care what everyone else thought? So thank you so much. What's the best way that people can reach you and contact you?
So our website, joinajax.com, joinajax.com, tells you all about us, me and my brother, our team, and basically how Ajax is finding more billables. If you want to hit me up personally, I would love that. It's Jack, Jack, @joinajax.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And this is Legal Limelight. We have a new time spot. We're here every 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you next week.